Nobel Peace Prize, the internet cannot get enough for it. So much for free lunches. Well, not just this, Rishabh Pant has smashed his 7th century in Test cricket and his trademark celebration is going viral. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, after the huge Starship explosion, a seemingly unnerved Musk just had 3 words to say. We'll get you all this and much more in this power-packed edition of Trending. I'm Rakshita Mishra with you this evening. Now viewers, it is 21st of June, the International Yoga Day. Over the course of the next 4 to 5 minutes, we'll bring you some beautiful visuals from across the country and beyond to give you a glimpse of how yoga was celebrated today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the 11th International Yoga Day celebrations from Vishakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh this time. He addressed the people gathered for the mega event, saying that yoga is a pathway to peace, especially since the world is reeling from some kind of stress every day.
योग सभी का है और सभी के लिए है। योग का सीधा साधा अर्थ होता है जुड़ना, और ये देखना सुखद है कि कैसे योग ने पूरे विश्व को जोड़ा है। आज पूरी दुनिया किसी न किसी तनाव से गुजर रही, ऐसे में योग से हमें शांति की दिशा मिलती है। Let this Yoga Day mark the beginning of Yoga for Humanity 2.0, where inner peace becomes global policy. हम सब मिलकर योग को एक जन आंदोलन बनाएं, एक ऐसा आंदोलन जो विश्व को शांति, स्वास्थ्य और समरसता की ओर ले जाए, और जहां योगा फॉर वन अर्थ वन हेल्थ एक वैश्विक संकल्प बन जाए।
Now, while the Prime Minister was conducting the celebrations along the Vishakhapatnam coast, the Indian Navy personnel on board the Indian naval ship off the coast also joined in the Yoga Day celebrations. And in Uttar Pradesh, Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also took part in the Yoga Day celebrations. Take a look at the screens how Yogi joined several dignitaries in Gorakhpur. And moving on, here are some glimpses of how International Yoga Day was celebrated by the Indian Army across India and abroad. Here are the stunning visuals of a powerful sunrise yoga by the Andaman and Nicobar Command at India's Emerald Isles. And the icy glaciers of Siachen, the world's highest battlefield, also served as the backdrop for Yoga Day celebrations. Not just in India, Yoga Day celebrations continued abroad. The Indian military training team celebrated the day across Bhutan, where personnel from Bhutan also joined in. Several Indo-Tibetan border police jawans were also seen participating in the celebration near the Pangong Tso Lake in Ladakh at an altitude of over 14,000 feet. In fact, the national capital also saw multiple yoga day sessions hosted by the Indian Army. On your screens are the beautiful visuals from the Karyappa ground, which saw the enthusiastic participation of over 3,400 individuals. In fact, not only that, defense attaches from over 25 countries also took part in this event, highlighting yoga's international significance. Moving on, defense personnel gathered at the Isha Yoga Center in Coimbatore of Tamil Nadu, also taking part in the yoga sessions to celebrate the day. Watch this. Well, speaking of Tamil Nadu, the state's 73-year-old Governor R.N. Ravi stunned over 10,000 students by doing 51 push-ups at a Yoga Day event, setting the bar high for fitness and spirit.
I will do it 50 times, counted.
And ladies and gentlemen, Yoga Day celebrations were also held at the world's highest railway bridge. You got it right, yoga celebrations at the Chenab Rail Bridge that was inaugurated just a few days ago. Take a look. Now viewers, what we are bringing to you next is downright bizarre. Safe to say it's also meme-worthy. But when it comes to United States President, nothing is impossible at this point, is it? In a stunning development, Pakistan government's official handle posted this on your screens. They have nominated Donald Trump for Nobel Peace Prize for what they say stopping the Indo-Pakistan conflict or the war. So Trump, meanwhile, the ever flamboyant president of the United States, has mentioned Nobel Peace Prize not once, not twice, but 6 times in his latest tweets. Such is the desperation. And of course, the self-proclaimed Messiah has said it out loud that he should have been given the Nobel at least 4 or 5 times. Listen and watch this.
Rwanda and if you look the Congo, or you could say Serbia, Kosovo, you could say a lot of them. You could say, the big one is India and Pakistan. I should have gotten it 4 or 5 times. I should get it for the, I would think the Abraham Accords would be a good one too. Well, they won't give me a Nobel Peace Prize because
And viewers, let's not forget, this comes just days after Trump was seen cozying up with the Pakistani army chief and field marshal Asim Munir during a private lunch at the White House.
You were meeting today with the chief of staff of the Pakistani army. Did you talk about Iran? Did that come up? Is there anything you can share from that meeting?
Yeah, well, they know Iran very well, better than most. And I was honored to meet him today.
And India, of course, disagrees to the whole Nobel for Trump trend, and rightly so. We have made it amply clear that Trump had no hand in brokering any deal whatsoever between India and Pakistan, and also the claims he have made, of course, about Israel or Iran, about Israel and Hamas, and also Ukraine and Russia in the past.
श्री मोदी ने राष्ट्रपति ट्रंप को स्पष्ट रूप से कहा कि इस पूरे घटनाक्रम के दौरान कभी भी किसी भी स्तर पर भारत अमेरिका ट्रेड डील या अमेरिका द्वारा भारत और पाकिस्तान के बीच मध्यस्थता जैसे विषयों पर बात नहीं हुई थी, कि भारत ने न तो कभी मध्यस्थता स्वीकार की थी, न करता है और न ही कभी करेगा।
But of course, with a newfound tactical bromance between Pakistan and the United States, the delusional narrative that is being spun isn't all that surprising. Now, that being said, the internet has of course erupted, and the meme fest is every bit entertaining as it can get. An ex-user shared a popular meme template writing, "Nobody Donald Trump these days." Another user wrote, and I quote, "The art of lying featuring Donald Trump." And a third user shared a meme template from Kareena Shahid Stara Jab We Met and wrote, "Donald Trump to Nobel Peace Prize Committee." There are a lot more trends that are running hot on social media today. Let's take a look at them. Neeraj Chopra has clinched the Paris Diamond League 2025 men's javelin throw title with a stunning 88.16-meter throw on his very first attempt, beating Germany's Julian Weber, who achieved 87.88 meters. Now, this victory marks Chopra's first major title of this year and his first Diamond League win since Lausanne 2023. And despite fouling 3 times during the competition, Chopra's initial throw was enough to secure the top spot. President Draupadi Murmu was visibly moved as students from the National Institute for the Empowerment of Persons with Visual Disabilities sang a heartfelt birthday song for her in Dehradun. While the moment touched many hearts, few know the battles she has fought in her personal life. She lost almost her entire family in just 6 years, but instead of giving up, she turned to spirituality, service and society. And on her birthday, she visited those Now, the Alaknanda River's water level has risen significantly in Badrinath, reaching Varashila and causing concern among the devotees and local authorities. The sudden surge in water level is attributed to ongoing excavation work along the river's banks under the Badrinath Master Plan. A powerful moment of confrontation captured in Indore. A young woman from Arunachal Pradesh confronts a man who mistook her for a Korean or Nepalese. Her bold question was, why aren't Indians who look different accepted as fellow citizens? It has sparked the conversation, much needed conversation about racial bias and the stereotypes, the challenges faced by those from Northeast India. The viral video now igniting discussions on identity, acceptance and the diversity within India that deserves recognition.
मुझे ठीक है एक लिमिट है हूँ मैं कहीं से भी ठीक है एक लिमिट होता है और हाँ अगर मैं नेपाली हूँ मैं कोरियन हूँ मैं कहीं से भी हूँ आपको दिक्कत कहाँ से आ रहा है तो फिर क्यों बोल रहे हो
ये कौन सी बात है मैंने कभी कुछ बोला आपको
तो क्यों बोला मैं हर रोज यहाँ से जाती रहती हूँ मैं यहीं पे रहती हूँ
A heartwarming video is taking the internet by storm, showcasing a dad's unwavering support for his daughter. During a school group dance performance, the little girl began crying and her dad stepped in to join her on the stage, finishing the performance altogether. Needless to say, this adorable moment has captured the hearts of many. Now, Suga, a member of the South Korean K-pop group BTS, has been officially discharged from his mandatory military service today. That is the 21st of June. This marks the completion of military service for all 7 members of BTS, paving the way for their potential reunion as a group. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez are all set to tie the knot in Venice from 24th to the 26th of June, but not everyone is thrilled about it. Why? Because when the world's 3rd richest man decides to get married, it's not going to be a quiet affair. Locals are protesting the lavish affair, citing concerns over tourism and environmental strain on the city. Around 200 high-profile guests, that includes Katy Perry, Kim Kardashian, Oprah Winfrey, are all expected to attend this celebration there. A prototype of SpaceX's Starship rocket, designated Ship 36, exploded late Tuesday night at the company's Starbase facility in Boca Chica of Texas. The powerful blast lit up the sky and sent shockwaves across the area. Now, in a post on X, Elon Musk downplayed the explosion with a 3-word response: just a scratch. Well, really, if you see the visuals, they are dramatic. Iconic tigress Arrowhead passed away of bone cancer in the final walk of hers was caught on video from Ranthambore. On to the other trending story. Rishabh Pant, who was unbeaten on 65 at the close of day's play on yesterday on day 1, smashed his 7th Test century today, overtaking MS Dhoni as India's most decorated wicketkeeper-batter in terms of centuries scored in Test cricket. Pant achieved the feat on day 2 of the ongoing first Test against England in Leeds. Former India skipper Dhoni scored his 6th and final Test century in 2014. In fact, India vice-captain Rishabh Pant brought up his now trademark celebration after completing his 7th Test century against England on day 2 of the first Test at Leeds on Saturday. Meanwhile, Sunil Gavaskar's reaction after Rishabh Pant's century went viral. Remember, the former cricketer had come up with a quip that is quip that is the iconic stupid, stupid, stupid for the wicketkeeper-batter and his antics on the field, to him now praising and saying superb, superb, superb for his 140-ball century today at the Leeds. There you have the celebration where he jumps around in that wheel and somersaults in the ground, and that has gone viral. Legendary cricketer Sachin Tendulkar, meanwhile, was among those who appreciated Rishabh Pant's performance and celebration as he took to social media. With this innings, Rishabh Pant has now become the Indian wicketkeeper with the most Test centuries, overtaking MS Dhoni's, as a wicketkeeper, of course, overtaking MS Dhoni's tally. Two nations locked in a deadly spiral. Israel and Iran are now hurtling past the point of no return. The ongoing conflict has entered day 9 and there is no sign of de-escalation. Missiles continue to rain down. Tel Aviv reels under attack. And in Iran, over 400 lives lost and cities scorched. In fact, as we speak in the latest, Tehran has been hit once again. There has been loud explosion that has been heard in Tehran. A ballistic missile from Iran, meanwhile, today hit a childcare center in southern Israel's Beersheba city, causing significant damage to the classrooms and disrupting lives of dozens of families, civilian families, who rely on center for childcare for stability. And in a big escalation, Israel has now struck Iran's Ifshan nuke site in the Isfahan nuclear site, the second wave of attacks on the location since the start of the war. As tensions soar, Israel is now targeting the heart of Iran's nuclear program, and the stakes could not be higher. Well, viewers, a swarm of 40 Iranian drones that were launched towards Israel were intercepted mid-air by the Israeli Air Force and Navy. Take a look at these visuals. While Iran rejects nuke talks with Israel, West Asia is burning and there is no sight of peace or ceasefire. Now, viewers, the Indian Navy's commitment to maritime safety and cooperation is showcased on World Hydrography Day, highlighting precise, technology-driven maritime surveys. These efforts strengthen India's strategic reach across the seas. Watch these stunning visuals as we come to the wrap of this edition. Thanks for watching.
The ocean hides no secrets from those who know where to look. On this World Hydrography Day, we reaffirm our role in shaping a safer and better charted maritime future. With advanced technology and autonomous platforms, our surveys deliver the precision for modern maritime operations. World Hydrography Day is a tribute to the silent precision and strategic reach of those who chart the unknown.
The residential area, and you can see the skyscrapers were the target of the Iranian ballistic missile, and it can still collapse. It's better to move because it's really dangerous to be there. You can see the impact just of one rocket. See how big is that? It is completely destroyed. You can see the destruction.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
QSMTHE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला।
आपकी फेवरेट हुंडई कार्स पर मिल रही है अमेजिंग डील्स। वैसे लोगे तो आप हुंडई ही, चाहे दिल की सुनो या डील्स की, तो जल्दी चले आओ हुंडई शोरूम।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
Israel eliminates Iranian Quds Force commander Behnam Shahryari, responsible for supplying arms to Iranian-backed terrorist groups, including the Hezbollah. Iran's foreign minister issues fresh warning, says US involvement in West Asia conflict could prove to be detrimental.
Well, then my intelligence community is wrong. Who in the intelligence community said that?
Your Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard.
She's wrong.
Trump says his intel chief Tulsi Gabbard is wrong about what she says about the Iranian nuclear program. DGCA issues note against Air India team and calls for their immediate removal for repeated violations.
beginning of Yoga for Humanity 2.0, जहां योग विश्व को टकराव से सहयोग और तनाव से समाधान की ओर ले जाए।
Prime Minister Modi celebrates International Yoga Day, emphasizes the need for it to maintain global peace.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज।
विमल में गुलिस्तां के ये कुछ लजीज फरिश्ते जब साथ घुलें तो जी लग जाए और दिल कहे कि स्वाद की जुबान में खुद को ऐसे डुबाऊं कि निकल ना पाऊं। विमल की जुबान कुछ है ही ऐसी, मानते हैं? विमल, बोलो जुबान कैसी?
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
जितना भी हम शुक्रिया अदा करें कम है उनके लिए, और हम लोग जिंदगी भर इसको भूलेंगे नहीं जो काम हमारे किया है। और खास तौर से इंडिया गवर्नमेंट का, मोदी जी का, जितने भी स्टाफ हैं तेहरान में, तुर्कमेनिस्तान में।
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
MDH की देगी मीरज,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मीरज।
आपकी फेवरेट हुंडई कार्स पर मिल रही है अमेजिंग डील्स। वैसे लोगे तो आप हुंडई ही, चाहे दिल की सुनो या डील्स की, तो जल्दी चले आओ हुंडई शोरूम।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
MDH।
No de casa.
से जाएगा सुई थी ना मोर आगे जाएगी ताकि करते लावते मां मन केंते करजे डर लागिला झियो पे खाली झियो पिला मन
very warm welcome, viewers. You're watching Live and Breaking, and I am Rakta Mishra with you this Saturday evening. Let's get started with all the top stories that we have been tracking for you all day long. In a stern statement, Union Home Minister Amit Shah says India will never restore the Indus Water Treaty with Pakistan. Israel eliminates Iranian Quds Force commander Behnam Shahriari, responsible for supplying arms to Iranian-backed terrorist groups including the Hezbollah. Iranian Foreign Minister issues fresh warning, says United States involvement in West Asia conflict could prove to be detrimental. Third batch of Indians from Tehran evacuated. The flights land in Delhi. DGCA issues note against Air India team and calls for their immediate removal for repeated violations. Another day, another flight. This time it's the Chennai-bound Indigo flight makes an emergency landing in Bengaluru after a mayday call was made over critically low fuel. So we start with breaking news coming in, viewers. Indigo flight from Guwahati to Chennai with 168 passengers on board made an emergency landing at Bengaluru's Kempegowda International Airport after the captain gave a mayday call, a distress call that is, via radio communication. And remember, a mayday call is made in very dire circumstances. Now, the mayday call was a distress call citing insufficient fuel on the plane. The plane, however, landed safely. But you understand, viewers, critically low fuel was reported and the plane had to make an emergency landing. All this while India has just been struck by the biggest aviation tragedy a week ago. And this reason that has been given is also something that is under lens. Critically low fuel, viewers. The flight lands in Bengaluru. Chennai-bound flight from Guwahati makes the emergency landing and a mayday call was made by the pilot. And in some more updates from West Asia, viewers, Israel Defense Forces have intercepted 40 UAVs that were fired by Iran towards Israel. Within 9 days of this conflict, Israel has intercepted over 470 UAVs, which is a 99% success rate. And in some more breaking news, Iranian ballistic missiles have hit northern Israel as the conflict enters day 9. Iran launches drones in Beit Shean in the northern district of Israel. Heavy damages have been reported in the city. And these are the visuals also coming in from Beit Shean, where the Iranian drone this drone strike from Iran has left a trail of destruction. In fact, viewers, Iran continues to hit civilian areas. We've seen the strike on the largest hospital in southern Israel. We've seen the strike in a childcare center as well, in schools. And this is what Israel has said and raised an alarm, calling it a war crime, that the weak, where the old, where the aged, where the sick, where babies are being treated or they reside, they will be present. That is on the target of the Iranians. And several people have also been injured in these Iranian drone strikes in Beit Shean as well, viewers. So viewers, these are two nations that are locked in a deadly spiral. Israel and Iran are now past the point of no return. As missiles rain down and war rages on, civilians are paying the heaviest price. Over 400 dead in Iran, Tel Aviv battered, and no end in sight to that. And now with the top Iranian operatives eliminated and nuclear talks in tatters, the region is on the brink of a wider catastrophe. Here's a look at what has happened till now on day 9.
Here is the downtown of Tel Aviv area, one of the main business centers of Israel.
Two nations, one war, no restraint.
Those offices, skyscrapers, were the target of the Iranian missile, and also the residential buildings here, some of them completely destroyed.
Civilians caught in the crossfire. Iran bleeds. 400 killed, thousands injured. Israel's defense holds, but not enough. Tel Aviv counts its dead. Endgame? None. Only rising fury. As nuclear talks collapse, missiles speak. Republic TV, the only voice in the war zone.
Tel Aviv Iranian missiles have hit homes.
Those buildings maybe can collapse, and those buildings are not military targets whatsoever. You can understand that here it's a residential area. People are living here, and all of them were targets because the shock wave just of one ballistic missile is for hundreds of meters of radius.
Israel takes out top IRGC commander Behnam Shahriari. He armed proxies, funded terrorists, and now he's gone. Another pillar of Iran-Hamas axis eliminated. Saeed Azadi, key to October 7th massacre, neutralized. The mastermind of Iran's terror web is no more. Iran says Israel hit Isfahan nuclear site. Now Tehran is crying foul. Files complaint against IAEA chief accusing him of bias and violation of neutrality. Khamenei rages and threatens brutal retaliation. Iran says no talks unless Israel backs off, but keeps channels open with US. West Asia burns with no ceasefire and no peace in sight.
So as Israel and Iran conflict escalates, the voices of the ordinary civilians caught in the crossfire are emerging. Families forced from their homes, children living in fear, and communities struggling to survive amid the violence. These are the human stories behind the headlines. Hear these voices and witness the real impact of war beyond the battlefield. Republic TV's ground report.
לא דקת.
אני שומע.
הדברים הגדולים, אנחנו ניתן לכם את הגיבוי. We are going inside the building.
Because of the we are scared about the missiles because it's very strong. Before it was not happen like this, but the situation is not good. It's very stronger the missiles. It is any problem, it will be very difficult. That's why we coming to sleep here.
אני לא אוהב לקחת סיכונים מיותרים. יש לנו ממ"ד בבית. יש לנו ממ"ד בבית, אבל אני מהלילה הראשון, עוד לפני אפילו שראינו באמת מה הכלים האלה מסוגלים לעשות. מה ההשלכות של הפגיעות של הכלים האלה. אני, בפן האישי אמרתי, אני לא רוצה לקחת סיכונים מיותרים. לצערי הרב, אחרי הפגיעה שהייתה בפתח תקווה, שגם שם אנשים שהיו בתוך ממ"ד נהרגו, אז אמרתי, יאללה, בוא נשען פה.
Reality in Israel, so you're having dinner and you go to Siren, you're getting a facial, you're living your life, you're trying to live your life. And can't live your life. There were 500 sirens today. 500. כמה טילים? This is reality. This is reality in Israel.
استنوا شوي استنوا نصورهم
Now, viewers, the third flight carrying 256 Indians evacuated from Iran landed in Delhi today. Most of the Indian students belong to Jammu and Kashmir, and this was the third flight under Operation Sindhu, which brought back Indian students from Tehran. My colleague filed a ground report from the airport. Take a listen in.
The students who have returned from Iran and landed in the national capital, and those who are going to Kashmir, they have been very well given service of these luxurious Volvo buses, and as you can see, one by one they are all moving inside their buses in order to go to Srinagar. Now these students who have been very successfully evacuated from Iran at this point in time when there is a conflict between Iran and Israel have said that they are thankful for the Indian government and the smooth process of transportation from Delhi to Srinagar that is being conducted by the Jammu and Kashmir government here at this point in time. This is the bus that will be taking in these students. More students are coming in at this point in time as they go ahead and board their buses very successfully, happy faces. They have come back to India and they are of course thanking the Indian government. Not very comfortable to speak on camera, but as we can see they have their happy faces and they are rushing towards the buses as soon as they reach their destination to meet their families. And we continue to show you these visuals from the Indira Gandhi International Airport in New Delhi, and very successfully nearly 1,000 of the Indians have been successfully evacuated. They are not very comfortable to speak on camera at the moment, but you can see these happy faces. You can see behind me a group of pilgrims, Indians who had gone ahead to Iran for a religious activity, and they have come back. They belong from Lucknow, a group of people who have been successfully evacuated from Iran, and they had contacted the embassy in Iran, and after that they have been felicitated a smooth movement coming back to the country. We'll also go and show you these visuals. They are holding the Indian flag in their hands and they are full of heart that they are happy to come back to India. How do you feel? कैसा लग रहा है आपको वापस?
We are feeling very good. We are very grateful to our Indian government that they have taken out from that place and bring us to our own country. We are very thankful.
All of you must be very tired because
we are very tired. We are very scared. Our relatives, our family members, all are very scared. The situation we are facing there, how we'll come out from it, and when we will come out to our places, to our country. But we are not aware. But thanks to Indian government, they have supported us so well.
आप कुछ कहना चाहेंगे?
I would like to request the Indian embassy that the passengers and the Indians who are in the Iran, they should be also evacuated because everyone is panicked. The situation is very tense. Last, I would like to thank the India government and our foreign minister S. Jaishankar, who worked very hard for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, well, as you can see, the group of these Indians who had gone ahead for a religious motive, they have all boarded this bus which is en route to Lucknow. One by one, slowly and steadily moving forward, the Operation Sindhu getting into its ultimate success. But more students and tourists are yet to be evacuated. More flights have been planned in the due course of time.
Now, India's aviation regulator has cracked the whip on Air India. The DGCA has ordered the immediate removal of 3 senior officials responsible for crew scheduling following serious flight duty violations. The move comes in wake of the Boeing 787 crash in Ahmedabad, the Air India flight 171, after which multiple safety and scheduling lapses have surfaced. With this latest action, the DGCA has sent out a clear message that non-compliance will not be tolerated. Here's more.
The DGCA has pulled up Air India for repeated violations of flight duty time limitations, or the FDTL. The trigger: 2 long-haul Bengaluru-London flights in May where crew were allegedly overscheduled in violation of rest norms. The regulator called it a systematic failure in internal safety oversight mechanisms. The DGCA has also issued a show cause notice to Air India, demanding an explanation within 7 days from the date of the receipt, asking why enforcement action should not be initiated. While DGCA's actions follow close on the heels of the Boeing 787 crash in Ahmedabad, the regulatory body clarified that the two were not directly linked. However, the DGCA pointed to deeper concerns around training, scheduling and operational control. Air India has complied, removing 3 key officials, the head of rostering, a divisional vice president and a planning manager, all involved in crew scheduling decisions. The airline said that its chief operating officer will now directly oversee the Integrated Operations Control Center as part of interim steps to fix oversight gaps. With DGCA tightening oversight and Air India forced to overhaul its crew management, the spotlight is now firmly on the airline's internal safety culture and accountability.
In a late-night operation on the 28th of June, the Uttar Pradesh Police Special Task Force of Noida unit engaged in a fierce encounter with a gang of robbers in the Jahangirabad police station area of Bulandshahr, resulting in the death of Vinod Kumar, a notorious criminal with a 1 lakh rupee bounty. Active in crime since 2006, Vinod faced over 40 cases of murder, robbery and dacoity across Muzaffarnagar, Shamli and Baghpat districts. That includes 6 robbery cases in 2024 alone and a 7-year sentence from a 2012 Muzaffarnagar case. This is the Yogi model, and with the Operation Langra, that is the crackdown on criminals, in full swing.
यूपी के बुलंदशहर में बीती रात 1 लाख के इनामी बदमाश को नोएडा एसटीएफ ने एनकाउंटर के दौरान ढेर कर दिया। बदमाश का नाम विनोद गडरिया बताया जा रहा है, जो कि लंबे समय से यूपी पुलिस की गिरफ्त से फरार चल रहा था। नोएडा एसटीएफ को जानकारी मिलती है कि बुलंदशहर के जहांगीराबाद इलाके में वो एक बड़ी वारदात को अंजाम देने के लिए आने वाला है, जिसके बाद इस जगह पे नोएडा एसटीएफ जो है वो ट्रैप लगाती है। ये जो आप रास्ता देख रहे हैं, ये जहांगीराबाद थाने इलाके का पूरा हिस्सा है। यहीं से बाइक पे बदमाश जो था वारदात को अंजाम देने के लिए जा रहा था। रात 8 से 9 बजे के आसपास पुलिस जो यहाँ पे ट्रैप लगाती है, बदमाश की पहचान होती है। पहचान होने के बाद उसको सरेंडर करने को कहा जाता है, लेकिन इतना ही नहीं, उसके बाद बदमाश इतना शातिर था, वो अपनी बाइक को लेकर यहाँ से जंगल में उतर जाता है और उतरने के बाद यहाँ से बाइक को काफ़ी तेज़ी से भगाता हुआ इस जगह पे आ जाता है। आखिर में पुलिस जो है बदमाश को सरेंडर करने को कहती है, लेकिन बदमाश के पास पिस्टल थी, लोडेड पिस्टल निकालता है, पुलिस टीम पे फायरिंग करना शुरू कर देता है। इस एनकाउंटर में 2 पुलिसकर्मी भी घायल हुए हैं। फिलहाल उनकी हालत पहले से बेहतर बनी हुई है। मैं आपको एनकाउंटर स्पॉट दिखाना चाहूँगा। जब यहाँ पे उसको सरेंडर करने को कहा तो उसने फायरिंग करी। जवाबी कार्रवाई में पुलिस टीम ने भी कई राउंड फायरिंग की, जिसमें यहाँ पे उसको गोली लगती है, उसकी मौके पे ही मृत्यु हो जाती है। फिलहाल ये पूरे इस हिस्से को जो है पुलिस ने कॉर्डन ऑफ किया हुआ है, क्योंकि जंगल का एक साइड का एक रास्ता है, यहाँ से भागने की कोशिश कर रहा था, लेकिन यहीं पर ही उसको ढेर कर दिया जाता है।
यूपीएसटीएफ की नोएडा यूनिट की बदमाशों से थाना जहांगीराबाद क्षेत्र में मुठभेड़ हुई है। सूचना ये थी कि ये बदमाश किसी बड़ी घटना को अंजाम देने के लिए यहाँ आए हुए हैं। इसी सूचना को विकसित करके जब टीम ने इनको इंटरसेप्ट करने का प्रयास किया तो बदमाशों के द्वारा पुलिस टीम पर फायरिंग की गई, जिसमें 2 पुलिसकर्मी हमारे एसटीएफ के कर्मचारी भी घायल हुए। और जब टीम ने इसमें आत्मरक्षार्थ फायरिंग की तो उसमें एक बदमाश को गोली लगी, जिसको उपचार हेतु अस्पताल ले जाया गया, जहाँ पर उसकी मृत्यु हो गई। उसकी पहचान विनोद गडेरिया के रूप में हुई है और उस पर मुजफ्फरनगर से 1 लाख रुपए का रिवार्ड है। वहाँ कई डकैतियों में वांछित चल रहा था।
The Defence Minister Rajnath Singh held a high-level security assessment meeting of the situation along the line of control and the hinterland today. This after he took part in the celebrations of International Yoga Day in Udhampur. Here's more.
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh held a high-level security assessment meet of the situation along the line of control and the hinterland. Chief of the Army Staff General Upendra Dwivedi is also part of the review. Northern Army Commander Lieutenant General Prateek Sharma and White Knight Corps Commander Lieutenant General P.K. Mishra briefed the Defence Minister. The meeting was held at the Rezangla Conference Hall in Northern Command Headquarters at the Udhampur. The focus remains on current threat perceptions, operational preparedness, and any emerging security challenges along the border.
The meeting of Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh, who is chairing this meeting, is underway at the Rizangla Conference Hall in the Northern Command of the Indian Army. The meeting has begun somewhere around 9:30, 9:40 is the time that we are being told, and this is being attended by the Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh along with the Indian Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi. Now the briefing is being done. First, the briefing was done by the Northern Army Commander, Lieutenant General Prateek Sharma, regarding the overall prevailing situation in the areas of the 14 Corps, 15 Corps and the 16 Corps, that is in the Ladakh, Kashmir and the Jammu region. And now the briefing is being done by the 16 Corps Commander, Lieutenant General P.K. Mishra. This is regards to the situation that is prevailing on the borders, especially at a time when the India has carried out the Operation Sindoor, and what is the situation that is prevailing on the borders, because we know Pakistan has been decimated to a large extent, but their full capacities have not been blown yet. The terror groups are still there since their top brass have been wiped out, but there is a presence of the terror groups in the Pakistan that is known to the India, and there are several of their launch pads that are still active. So what is the situation of that has also been briefed to the Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh. Apart from this, the hinterland security has also been discussed to a large level. We are told that the Amarnath Yatra that is about to start from 3rd of July, that was also discussed, that what is the contingency plan and the action plan that the Indian Army has for a safe and successful Amarnath Yatra that will take place from 3rd of July to 9th of August.
And the Indian Army rolled out the mat across borders and battlefields today, celebrating International Yoga Day with unity, strength and purpose. Take a look.
The Indian Army marked the 11th International Day of Yoga with widespread enthusiasm across India and overseas deployments. Siachen and Pangong to Port Blade. Troops united in yoga across every terrain. In Kibithu and the Run of Kutch, soldiers embraced yoga as a tool for resilience. At Udhampur, Army Chief General Upendra Dwivedi joined Defence Minister Rajnath Singh for the celebrations. The session highlighted yoga's role in combat readiness and stress management among troops. In Delhi, Vice Chief Lieutenant General N.S. Raja Subramani led a mega event at Karyappa Parade Ground. Over 3,400 participants, including army families, NCC cadets and foreign defence attaches, joined in. Troops deployed on UN peacemaking missions also performed yoga, echoing India's global wellness message. Indian military training teams abroad observed the day with session on foreign soil. At Khan Quest in Mongolia and Exercise Shakti in France, Indian soldiers practiced yoga with international counterparts. These global efforts showcased yoga as a bridge for harmony, discipline and shared military values. The army reaffirmed its belief in yoga as excellence in action. Across altitudes, assignments, yoga remains a vital part of the Indian Army's daily life.
With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Live and Breaking, but news and updates continue on the other side. Don't go anywhere.
Two technologies.
Endless possibilities.
Grand Vitara Strong Hybrid. All grip select driven by tech.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला सिप सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप
विमल में गुलिस्तां की ये कुछ लजीज फरिश्ते जब साथ घुले तो जी ललचाए और दिल कहे कि स्वाद की इस जुबान में खुद को ऐसा डुबाऊं कि निकल ना पाऊं। विमल की जुबान कुछ है ही ऐसी, मानते हैं ना? विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
जितना भी हम शुक्रिया अदा करें कम है उनके लिए, और हम लोग जिंदगी भर इसको भूलेंगे नहीं, जो काम हमारे उन्होंने किया है। और खास तौर से इंडिया गवर्नमेंट का, मोदी जी का, जितने भी स्टाफ हैं तेहरान में, तुर्कमेनिस्तान में। हम मोदी जी का ख़ास तौर से इंडिया गवर्नमेंट का और यहाँ की जो तेहरान में एम्बेसी है पूरी टीम का, एम्बेसडर का, और उसके अलावा इश्काबाद में जो एम्बेसी है उनकी पूरी टीम का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
मोदी जी का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया कि इतनी फैसिलिटीज दिए कि होटल, खाना पीना और किसी।
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
QS&THE, the world's foremost university rankings organizations, have ranked Amity amongst the top 3% universities globally, making it among the very few Indian universities to be included in both rankings. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
आपकी फेवरेट हुंडई कार्स पर मिल रही है अमेजिंग डील्स। वैसे लोगे तो आप हुंडई ही, चाहे दिल की सुनो या डील्स की, तो जल्दी चले आओ हुंडई शोरूम।
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल, ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े, क्या निराला MDH मसाला।
No de casa. מגדולים, אנחנו ניתן לכם את הגיבוי. We are going inside the building.
Because of the we are scared about the missiles because it's very strong.
Powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
Hi, this is Chef Ranveer Brar. Guarantee you brilliance on behalf of IIHM.
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
विमल में गुलिस्तां के ये कुछ लजीज फरिश्ते जब साथ घुलें तो जी ललचाए और दिल कहे कि स्वाद की जुबान में खुद को ऐसे डुबाऊं कि निकल ना पाऊं। विमल की जुबान कुछ है ही ऐसी, मानते हैं? विमल, बोलो जुबान कैसी?
दादी के हाथों का जादू और खुशबू से महकता घर, माँ की मुस्कुराहट और खाने की सुगंध। MDH गरम मसाला,
क्योंकि हर रिश्ता है स्वाद से जुड़ा।
जितना भी हम शुक्रिया अदा करें कम है उनके लिए, और हम लोग जिंदगी भर इसको भूलेंगे नहीं जो काम हमारे किया है। और ख़ास तौर से इंडिया गवर्नमेंट का, मोदी जी का, जितने भी स्टाफ हैं तेहरान में, तुर्कमेनिस्तान में,